In this video, we're going to help you be better than 3 out of 4 golfers. That's my drive there.
Look at that.
I didn't realise.
You must have bulleted that. Okay.
Why do you make it sound so simple every single time?
But I think what only brilliant.
Carl,
You should sign me up as a caddy, I think.
I think I should. Carl, only 25% of golfers break 90 consistently. And I've got just the man right here. In my eyes, I've said this time after time, you've helped me so much in my game, and you're one of Europe's leading performance coaches. You work with some of the best players in the world. It's now for your time to help these guys right
Don't
here.
put me under any pressure before I start.
So, I want to talk around breaking 90. I've got 2 balls here.
Yeah.
I want us to play out a scenario. I'm going to listen to you in every single piece here. We're going to play normal Joe.
Yeah.
Carl Joe.
Carl Joe. Okay. Well, I think if you look at breaking 90, I mean, a lot of people have heard this statistic, but do we do anything about it? That if you're going to break 90, your first job, it's nice when you make pars, it's even nicer when you make birdies, but that's not the route to breaking 90. It's actually reducing your doubles and your triples, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and I think looking at that, I think everybody perhaps watching this, a good thing to do is look back over your previous 10 rounds at your home course, where obviously most folks play, and just look for your patterns. And I guarantee there's probably 3 or 4 holes where on a regular basis the doubles and triples will come up. You know, golfers always say I want to be more consistent. Well, generally they are, but in the wrong way. So it's looking at, okay, how do we reduce the doubles and triples? Well, look, let's look at this. We've got a relatively testing tee shot here, Alex. I mean, if you were looking at this, and you know, you would say we've 2 options here. We could do the stuff that we've talked about in previous videos about changing the perception of the task, so we could create the Mo Norman effect with the target in front of us. But what would be a club where you'd feel pretty sure that you can kind of eliminate the trouble and just get it on the golf course? It's a par 5 after all.
I think 3 wood, 5 wood, that would be a club, or even sometimes for me a 2-iron, but I'm thinking more into people watching here, like a 3 wood be where I'd probably go. Okay,
well, let's go with that as one angle, and I think the other angle then, which we'll come to, is what shot would you feel like you could play on here, and you're pretty, not certain, but you would feel more likely that you could find the fairway with.
And then if I was taking driver, for me, I would do like what I class as like my lower tee height, and sort of in my mind, moving it like sort of gear 4 out of 5. That's how I would picture it.
Right. So that's a shot you feel you could not necessarily have to put a great swing on it, but you could find the fairway with it.
So start with that one.
Let's start with that one. Let's start with the shot, and then we'll change the club.
Okay, we'll start with driver. So if I'm teaching somebody, Carl, and I'm putting into my mind in this, when I've got trouble on the right, the ideas that I would add before getting to yours is I would go to the right-hand side of the tee box.
Yeah, great.
Just so I can...
You're widening the target then.
And if we show everybody here, my normal tee height, Carl, would be around that. So for reference, a quarter of the ball's above the face. Yeah. But I'm going to go where the top of that ball is level with the face. A lot lower than the normal. And then that swing in my mind, if I'm trying to create a shot to create that.
But that would be the first thing, Alex. If you come back here, I would say, well, get really clear. Describe the shot that you're aiming to play. What does that look like?
So for me, it's like I see it as a low fade.
Okay.
I'm already elevated here, so the trees aren't really an issue.
Right, so now you've seen clearly what your intention is of the shot. Show me the swing that you feel would produce that shot. So we're now linking the swing feel to a real clarity of what the shot is.
That one. Like that there.
Okay, great.
That's how I'd see it.
The shot there is creating the swing.
Should I play it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got that real image. I'm picking up bits we've looked at in other videos here, just in front of me.
Yeah.
Just like that. Fade in. Probably finish right half the fairway there.
But absolutely fine. So the clarity that you had on the shot linked to the feeling of the swing, the shot has created the swing there.
I felt more comfortable with that actually. So I added that layer that I would have skipped that, to be honest, coming back here. And then, for example, if I skip that, I'm not going to be then as invested into the shot as I was.
Now we can go with the other one, Alex, where, you know, for folks listening who think, you know, maybe I've not got that kind of control over the golf ball, but what club could you actually feel like you could hit the fairway with? And it might, on a certain hole on your home course, it could be 7-iron, it could be 5-iron. Don't be embarrassed to actually really look at this and think, what is it that I can get around the golf course better with?
Should we go extreme then?
Let's go extreme.
Let's go extreme. And then for me, if you ask me that question, I'd still probably tee it up this side.
Yeah.
I'm going to aim a lot further left, and the shot that I see is just like a 5-iron on the range.
5-iron, yeah, yeah. You know, that's a pretty big target for a 5-iron, but let's be clear, we've got a nice channel down there, but just again, pick a target within that channel.
Okay, so over the end of this tree here.
Okay.
Just here.
Really nice.
Simple as that. I mean, that's never missing a fairway.
And I think a lot of this, it comes under the idea of rather than playing with what you wish you had,
yeah,
or playing with what you hope you had, play with what you've got.
Yeah.
You know, and find a way. Once we've now hit the fairway, we've not eliminated the chance of double, but we've massively reduced it.
And going back to that breaking 90, you just need, I think, you look at it this way, for most courses it's 17 bogeys and 1 par.
Right.
You're gonna break 90. Okay, let's jump down the fairway. We're gonna play these scenarios out, plus we're gonna get lots more to help you in your game. And if you've not already, do hit the subscribe button, because that 5-iron was absolutely ripped. And yeah, we're getting very committed here. It is absolutely chucking it down. But me and Carl are here to give you the best advice for your game.
Another lovely summer's day.
Every time we come here, it rains. Right, Carl, this is 5-iron.
Yep.
Beautiful shot. And
I mean, look at the space that you've got there with 5-iron.
So much.
You know, we're on the 18th here at Delamere, which is a lovely, beautiful
hole. It's my favourite hole here, I think.
It's a great hole on a magnificent course. But, you know, you could actually, if this hole had caused you issues and you wanted to just break that chain, you could play 5-iron, 5-iron, 8-iron, something like that.
Well, should we hit 5-iron
Let's
down
do
here
another.
again?
Yeah, let's hit another 5-iron there, because we can play that down into the wide area down there.
And it's almost quite liberating. We're almost giving golfers permission to use a club that's their favourite and access new parts of the golf course that are going to help you break that barrier.
On one of the other videos that we talked about, Alex, looking at what's the course offering you. You know, par 5, it's offering you the opportunity to hit that 5-iron down there, bags of space, and you know, get off this with a 5. We've hit the mark.
See if we can make 5 with this one, which would be quite interesting, because I know drivers up there.
Yeah.
And then you get taught. We'll get into that in a second. So, you played here a lot, Carl? You've been here a lot of your clients. Is it the flagpole that we're looking at here?
I would say if you look at the flag on the green,
yeah,
and the flagpole next to the clubhouse, I would say dead in the middle of that would probably be a good line.
Now I'm still going to go with what you've been really dialing in on, letting the
shot create the swing. So that question, again, it's such a key question for a player to ask, Alex, constantly. What does a good shot look like for you here?
Below my feet,
yeah.
So immediately thinking I'm just going to play with that.
The course is offering you left to right shot, isn't
exactly.
it? Yeah.
So I'm just getting the wind's that way, so I'm going to aim slightly left of that and just a low punch.
So show me the swing that's going to produce that low punch with a little bit of fade.
That. Just simply that. Okay, let's pop it down there. Just like that.
Should be fine.
Maybe semi-rough, but again, the point that we're bringing in here is...
we're taking out 6 and 7.
Yeah. Like, that was a really nice struck shot. I maybe just aimed a little further left than I needed to.
Yeah.
But I think, you know what's quite funny here is... I'm thinking of scenarios when I've seen people ask me questions on Instagram or wherever. How do I hit these shots? How do I do that? Well, sometimes, like, if you try and hit a draw off that, it just doesn't happen.
And that's again this question about what the course is offering you there, and it's so important. Even at, you know, relatively high handicap golfers, tune into the golf course, find out, you know, when the ball's below your feet like that, the course is offering you left to right shots if you're a right-hander. Vice versa, if the ball's over your feet. But I think we've spent so much time being so obsessed with positions in the swing, which has got its part to play.
Yeah.
But the golf course is just a really dynamic, changing environment. We've got to listen to what it's telling us.
Right, let's go and jump and find this
ball.
other ball.
Yeah, let's find the driver.
So I give that drive. That was a really well struck drive. Maybe faded a little bit, but I'm immediately thinking, I don't think I'd even play that shot. If I had to make a 6 at worst,
yeah,
I'm thinking on a par 5 now, that sort of strategy would be exactly where I needed to go with this.
You know, if you have to make 6 or better to win the medal on a Saturday, or win your club championship or whatever, you know, you can either let ego get in the way or get the job done.
Down there. That's my drive there.
Look at that.
I didn't
You
realise.
must have bulleted that.
Yeah, it must have kicked here.
Yeah.
I got it really right in the wind, but again, that's another thing here. Going that shot, because it's so firm and what the course is offering you.
Yeah. That left to right safe shot.
Yeah.
The course has offered you a good amount of run on that. Now we're in a position to actually attack the hole.
Yeah.
We've definitely taken out double away from the equation here. Now we're in birdie territory, potentially.
Really interesting, because I would have even, both of those scenarios in my head were smart, but the first one was a little bit more aggressive smart.
Yeah.
But still taking into account that lower tee peg, getting to the right side of the tee, hitting away from the trouble. Like if I genuinely teed that up in the middle of that tee, I think I would have ended up in there.
Yeah.
Because it would have forced me to aim straighter and not as left.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I'm really interested to see what we end up with overall here on these scores.
2 birdies would be nice.
Oh, would be. Okay, so Carl, we've got 200 to the flag.
Okay. If you look at that puzzle that the golf course is giving you there, Alex, that you look at this hole, and there's really no trouble long here. If we go big, that's absolutely fine. But looking at the trees here are blocking us a little bit on the right-hand side. But straight away, what's the golf course offering you there?
It's below my feet, so it's going to make it fade.
Absolutely. So you've got a tailor-made little fade shot there. You know, you're a good player, and obviously, you know, these kind of shots, the different levels of plays, it applies in a different way. But for you being a top player, the golf course is offering you a fade there, ready-made, isn't it?
But from everybody, it's offering a
Yeah,
fade.
of course. Yeah.
And for me, in this scenario, I'm going to play one more club.
Perfect.
So I'm going to go.
Yeah, let's if we're going to make a mistake here, let's be long rather than short.
So for me, that goes from 5-iron to 4-iron.
Okay.
And I'm going to give it some room. I think I can get this moving quite nicely.
I think the target here is as far left as the bunker on the left-hand side with that fade shot. If you hit it pretty straight, you're still going to be okay. And if you fade it a lot, you're still absolutely fine. We've got the whole of the green to go at.
And just another little thing here, Carl. If people are, and this is their last hole,
yeah.
Is there anything that, I mean, we've talked about fear and nerves in the video. There could be, as well as making the right decisions to break 90 throughout a round, is there anything that I can sort of tap into here to be like, okay, how do I get into a position where I'm uncomfortable but manage that?
Remember what we said previously, when you're feeling uncomfortable, you know, you can feel uncomfortable, but you can still focus on the task. What's the shot here that you're trying to play? You're trying to play a fade.
Yeah.
How's that going to feel? Just make a fade swing for me, Alex. Now, if there was a word to describe that swing to you, what would it be?
I always think of it like a bit like a tennis shot.
Perfect. This. Okay, so a little slice tennis shot maybe. Okay, play your tennis shot. Okay. So what I'm getting at is that in situations like this, we can either get drawn into the situation, oh, I've got to win the club championship or the monthly medal or break 100 or whatever, or we can come back to what's the task. The task is, let's see if we can get a little fade off that ball below the feet lie. You've just said, I can sense a little tennis shot there. Shrink the world down to this particular shot.
So all my particular shot is that tennis shot?
Yeah. Can we play that little tennis cut shot? The golf course is offering you that. The hole's offering you that.
Can we play it? Came out like a knuckleball. This is going to be good. Simmer!
Stay there.
It came out like a knuckleball at that line, didn't it?
But pretty close to the shot you intended.
And like we said, we've gone long as our miss.
Absolutely.
And to a back flag or any flag, that's a great miss.
There's no trouble there at the back. We're now playing a shot down the green.
Right.
We're in business.
We've got a chance.
Let's have a look where the 5-irons are going.
This weather is really turning on us here. So if you are enjoying these videos, we would really appreciate it if you do subscribe to this channel. It means a lot to me, and we want to help as many golfers as we can. I got an interesting ask for you here, Carl.
Yeah.
Would your AI version of you actually subscribe people to go hit 5-iron, 5-iron?
Yeah, it would give you those options to sort of, you know, if you're asking it the questions such as how do I break 90 and you give it some details, it will give you some options. Because that's all we're trying to do here, really. We're not saying this is the way. We're just giving folks some options, because I think we just get so locked into doing things in a certain way, like that if I'm playing bad, the only thing I can work on is my swing. Yeah. We're not saying don't work on your swing. What we are saying is find different ways of breaking barriers that you put on yourself.
Interesting. So I'll leave a link down below to that version of Carl's app. It's within the app. There's an AI version of all Carl's best bits over the last, I'm going to be kind of 30 years?
The least.
And you can get a free trial as well if you do click that link. So yeah, go ahead and do that. Right, okay, so let's see if we
Where
can
the 5
make a
iron
par.
is.
Yeah, I think it might have got a little further left. We cut this a little bit fine. It pinches in way more than I thought here in the past.
Yeah, the hole's tightened up a little bit on this left-hand side.
It makes
here.
it even easier to be smarter and lay further back and lay further
But it
back.
just shows, you know, you've hit 5 iron off the tee, 5 iron second shot. What have you got left?
130 yards. If I had that into a par 4 every time, if I hit drive and had 134, I'd be over the moon with
You're
that.
in the scoring zone here, aren't you?
I've almost got to think of it. How do I tee up myself up to hit in a position where I've got a shot to make 3 points?
Yeah, I think any time that you can hit a shot on a par 5 or a par 4 where you're putting yourself in a position where you're in somewhere between 30 and 120 yards, we can still, you know, we've eliminated the doubles here, but you hit a good shot here, we can still make birdie.
2 birdies in 2 very different ways. I'm going to go pitch and wedge. That's what I'm seeing here. And I'm going to stand behind the ball here, Carl, exactly as you said. I'm sort of seeing literally a nice flighted pitching wedge, as if I was hitting one normally.
So again, the shot's creating the swing. Now you're tuning into the feel that's going to produce that shot.
And then I'm just going to go and walk in. I'm going to use that Mo Norman. I love that bit.
Yeah.
Those little 2 T-pegs on the ground. This looks cracking, Carl. Soft bounce though, soft bounce. Soft, soft. We're dancing.
Still on.
Still on.
Good.
Yeah. I think it might be fringe, but I mean out of the rough like that.
Mission accomplished.
I tell you what, Carl, you take both of them.
We'll take either of those, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
You know, the 5 iron, 20 footer, just onto the edge of the green there for birdie.
This is where we pitched coming out of the rough.
Yeah.
It released a little bit, but that's to be expected.
Your attacking shot there, we've got into the safe part there at the back of the green. Got a relatively straightforward little chip downhill.
So if I was one of your tour players right now, how are we managing this scenario?
Let's have a look at this one.
Because in their mind, it's the same sort of skills really here, isn't it? Whether you're trying to close out a tournament as a top 50 in the world player,
Yeah.
or you're trying to break 90 or 80 for the first time.
Yeah, what can we do to get the job done? What's the course offering us here? I think if we looked at it, you know, the course, I don't think the course is offering us a putt, is it?
No. I think we've got to land something around fringe,
yeah,
and just let it release down.
What the course is offering us is that once you get it on the fringe, it's going to run it down and out towards the flag.
Yeah, for me, straight away, I see that as 54.
Okay.
I just see from back foot.
So again, the shot is creating the swing there.
Yeah, I'm not thinking technically on that at all. And then I'm really tuned into, I know for people that struggle with that contact, you really prescribe having that practice swing, feeling that bruise up, get them to come with what they feel. Yeah. And for me, I like to get that noise.
Just bruise, yeah. You can hear it, you can feel it. The word that you've come up with is you're bruising the ground.
Exactly that. Here we go. Right. Let's see if we can make 2 birdies. Would be lovely. Oh. You know what? You just got a little fringe bounce into it.
Jumped on your fraction, but we've got 6 footer for birdie.
But that was a great shot. Like
you executed your intention there.
100%. I'm going to play out our 5 iron wedge first.
Okay.
And you know what? Back on that tee, this hole measures nearly 500 yards.
Yeah.
I would not have thought I would have gone 5 iron, and left myself a wedge scenario.
It's surprising how efficient you can still be, even dropping right down off the tee. But the main thing off the tee, Alex, you were never going to not knock it on the golf course. No. Unless you hit a really awful shot, obviously. But, you know, you'd back yourself 99 times out of 100 to hit that 5 iron on the golf course.
But so I think would everybody else watching this video. Slightly left to right, down the hill. Oh, if it hit it, Carl!
Dead on line.
Dead on line. Just with maybe that water, just...
That rain started to just slow things up a little bit.
Well, there's a par.
Solid, easy 5.
I had a foot for tapping for par.
Yeah.
And now this would be lovely to make this birdie. But either way, this sort of proves there's more than one way to play a hole, but it's being smart and thinking about things the right way. My final thing I want to get out of you here, Carl, on this video is, this is a must-make putt now for me. Okay. And let's say you need this putt. Now, really, we don't. We're talking about breaking 90. You could actually 3-putt from here in the realistic game. But if we actually played this scenario out as if I needed to make that, is there any little thing that can I can focus on, bring in?
I think in this situation, it's very easy to get drawn into, I've got to make this for par, I've got to make this for a birdie. But again, if we're going back to our theme of what's the task, my question would be, where's the entry point here, Alex?
Okay, so you almost got your reverse engineering this a little bit.
Yeah.
So entry point, I see this as here.
Okay, so that's your task.
Okay.
Okay.
Why do you make yourself so simple every single time?
But I think what is important then with this is that once you've created that task, I think that task should be the last thing in your mind.
Okay.
So you're holding an image of that entry point.
Almost the ball toppling over the edge.
Only brilliant.
Carl,
you should sign me up as a caddy, I think.
I think I should. Guys, if you did enjoy that video, don't forget to subscribe and test out AI Carl. You can get a free trial on Carl's app right here.